I am ready to finally start training Slayer on my RS3 group Iron Man. I have avoided learning how to slay properly because I feared the combat system, but it ended up being very easy to learn. First of all, as always, I did 9 tasks from the Lumbridge Master, which is the same as Turiel and OSRS. That way I can boost my points from a real master on the 10th for a streak. Because Necromancy is my lowest combat style, while I have these easy to kill tasks, this is a good way to go through the early levels. Level 55 Necromancy. And that also just completed our 29th task, so it's time to grab our 30th. I am currently 100 combat, and when point boosting like this, you want to grab a task from your best Slayer Master for the most points, which in this case is Durthel, and I will get 75 Slayer points for the next task. Fire Giants or Black Demons. These are both pretty average, so I am just going to always choose the first one to save my Slayer tokens to pick a task. There is one specific task that is very good, Hellhounds. However, it's legit the only task that's way better than everything else, so I'm not really expecting to get some. Okay, Necromancy do be kinda powerful for early game. I can summon creatures to help me kill them, and the skeleton does insane DPS, whereas the ghost that I also summon heals me, pretty much negating all food that I would potentially need. Level 56 Necromancy. These rates are actually a lot better than I expected for Slayer. I'm getting about 110k an hour Necromancy and 50k an hour Slayer. In old school, a lot of basic Slayer NPCs give a combat to Slayer ratio consistent of 3 to 1. So for example, since I am getting 100k an hour combat XP here, that should theoretically be 33k an hour Slayer. However, when RS3 reworked all of their combat, they changed this. This is why you'll see that depending on the task, sometimes I'll get significantly higher or lower than the basic 3 to 1 ratio. Somehow I lost my clip here, but moving on 9 tasks later, we are now 58 Necromancy and grabbing our 40th task from Durthel. Oh my god, 179 Hellhounds! Hellhounds are the only task for Slayer that's good XP for me right now. Not only that, but being assigned 179 is actually the lucky end. This task is going to go crazy. 179 Hellhounds means I get to kill Cerberus 179 times. Cerberus is in elite dungeons in RS3, and it is a mini boss that can be found instantly when entering the dungeon, and if pathed correctly, you can safe spot all of it. All I have to do is surge plus dive in the same tick past these NPCs, and then I can make my way to Cerberus. Cerberus has 120,000 hit points, so especially with my stats and gear, it could take a while for a kill. However, it doesn't matter if one kill were to take 2 or 3 minutes, because the XP is so good at my level. For every Cerberus that is killed, I get 10,000 Slayer XP. Each kill, I do have to kill this witch that pops around the corner, and then the rest of the kill is AFK. Level 60 Slayer. Just like that, like I said earlier, we get 10,000 Slayer XP every kill. And on top of that, we also get pretty good loot, plus 5,000 Dungeoneering tokens. Each kill, I have to reset the dungeon to respawn Cerberus. However, simply teleporting out and teleporting back with the grouping system is enough. My gear and strategy is currently not optimized at all. However, I'm just having a lot of fun here since it's my first time. Even with the really bad strategy and setup, we are getting roughly 3-minute kills including the banking time, which is about 200k an hour Slayer. Considering I'm only level 60, and this task will net me 1.7 mil Slayer XP, this is insanely good. Level 64 Slayer. I don't currently have a better altar to recharge my prayer at, so I built one in my POH, and I'm teleporting there between kills to restore my prayer for extra damage. Level 79 Magic. 66 Slayer already. We are absolutely flying. The big 7-0 for Slayer. This skill honestly went from 0 to 100 very fast. All it took was this one task. I still have 125 Hellhounds left. However, why not find some extra upgrades to make this faster? Is it really an early game Iron Man if I don't have to kill green dragons? My best prayer method is to kill these guys for bones and of course use them on an altar. Killing them is so fast though. They fall down in 1 to 2 hits and the banking is incredibly smooth. Because I did the Wilderness Medium Diaries, I can teleport to a bank and instantly teleport back and just keep fighting them. This fast banking combined with area loot, which if you're not familiar with RS3, the way to pick up items is to open an interface called area loot, which shows all the drops within a 7x7 area around you. I am able to kill and bank about 550 bones and hides per hour. It is really fast. RS3 also has a wilderness altar. Unfortunately though, it is not as overpowered as the one in old school. It functions the same as a normal altar in your POH, except you don't need 75 construction to build it, so this is going to be my best spot to train prayer. The bank is nearby, I just gotta run around the temple and back. 53 prayer? 75 prayer is actually a requirement for Prif in this game, and I don't necessarily have that banked yet, but the levels are zooming. Here is level 57, level 63 prayer. Unfortunately, I am low on bones now, so this will be the last level for a while. Earlier, I mentioned that I was teleporting to my POH for prayer, however, there is a better altar that I can get access to. The War's Retreat altar requires 200 boss kills to use, but it is in the same area that I teleport to bank. So if I were to get these 200 boss kills, I would basically have an easy teleport to a bank plus altar, which would make Cerberus a lot faster. The boss I'm currently killing is Glacor, which we killed on day 2 with a team, however, now I'm doing it solo. This is the meta for getting charms for summoning, which I also need level 75 for Prif. This boss can get higher in rage, making it harder, or you can add mechanics to make it harder. However, I am doing a method called Zero Mechanic Glacor, which basically just means it's AFK. Because I do not have Soul Split yet, I have to use my Vampirism aura to heal me, otherwise I will die. My kills are about 1 minute long, and each kill I get 15 charms, commonly split between Crimson and Blue, which are the best for summoning training. Green and gold charms are possible to receive, however they are usually pretty bad XP and not worth doing. So it will take a couple hours, but I can slowly work my way towards 200 of these guys for the altar, and then Cerberus will go burr. With all that PVM going on, I wanted a break to just kind of chill and enjoy skilling. There was an obscure method that I really wanted to test called Divineering, or a combination of Dungeoneering and Divination. I have only trained Divination through dailies and caches so far, but this method was good enough that I could grind some Divination. The thing about the method though, is that the more people you have, the better it is. Unfortunately, a lot of my team is busy whacking bosses and getting a lot of PVM drops, but I got Cat Crab to join me and we did some testing for duo Divineering. The method is a lot of fun. We do normal Dungeoneering, which I will never complain about because it's so fun. And whenever you find a high tier wisp, usually the top 2 that you can do, so in this case tier 70 and 80, we pause the floor and harvest the wisp. The Divination wisps can be 2-ticked, meaning when harvesting them, we have to spam click every 2 ticks for maximum efficiency. Otherwise, when AFKing, it will harvest every 3 ticks, which is 50% slower. The method is so much fun though. After grinding the floor and killing the boss, instead of ending the round, we go back to the beginning and use all the memories we harvested throughout the floor. This is the part that I find quite humorous. This part is legit infinite AFK. For example, here, we have 240 memories, which is actually on the lower end as well, but it takes a whole 5 minutes to use. So, 5 minutes of being away from my computer and getting fat gains. And here we go, level 81 Divination. The XP rate can be seen on top, and over a 90-minute session, we got 217k an hour Divination, on top of the free 100k an hour Dungeoneering. 200k an hour Divination is quite good compared to any other method, plus the Dungeoneering XP on top of it is completely free. This method is quite literally game changing to my plans. It got me over 80 Divination, which I thought was the hardest skill for Invention after I finished smithing. However, now that my Divination is over 80, I only need 80 crafting left to unlock Invention, another PVM upgrade. Currently, I'm not even needing more divination. However, the method was just fun overall, so I figured why not continue with it. While dumping these memories in, I am currently AFK in the shower, but look at my current total level. I'm about to hit the big 2000. Level 82 divination done. I am back from the shower now so I don't miss it, but I bought a Scroll of Daemonheim from the shop, which gives me a 50% chance of gaining 5% Dungeoneering XP while skilling inside of Dungeoneering. So I should level up to 78 Dungeoneering while depositing these, which will be the 2000. 2000 total level, let's go. I don't want to do anything else. Here is 84 divination. I did some solo floor testing, and I wasn't a huge fan of this, nor did I end up doing it long term, but my team needed me for some group content, so I needed to end this floor fast so we can be a group. 61k, not bad. Oh my god, a Dungeoneering pet! Apparently the Dungeoneering pet is one of the rarest pets, but each skill in this game has a pet, so that is 1 out of 29. It's been a minute since I showed you guys another thing that divination can do, but once a day, each person is allowed to create a divine location, which is basically like a mini skilling node that group Ironmans can chop together. There is a cap, however, with 5 of us each planting 1 yew tree, we do not hit that cap. So we get a free 15k woodcutting XP every day, alongside about 100 yew logs. Level 80 Dungeoneering, let's go! This is yet another PVM upgrade, because I can buy a chaotic staff, which is tier 80 magic. I am getting so close to having Invention. All I need left is 80 crafting, and all of those green D-highs that I banked from green dragons, along with some royal D-highs that Wazzy got from QBD, I might be able to squeeze out level 80 right now. I'm tanning hides straight up like it's 2006, using the Alcarad tanner, because the best one is in Prif, which I do not have access to yet. Missed the recording, but 79 crafting complete. I have very few gems, but I need any bit of XP that I can right now to get to level 80. Using my gold bars on the already cut gems just for some extra crafting XP. And less than 2k crafting XP away from level 80, I ran out of gold bars, so I have to go mine 1 inventory of gems. Level 80 crafting done. That is Invention unlocked, and we can officially train all 29 skills now. I'm going with the assumption that you guys have no idea what Invention is or what it does, but it is massive. Remember, I said in a previous video that it counts as an elite skill, meaning I needed 80 smithing, crafting, and divination to start. That is not the only difference about elite skills. They have a different XP scale versus the traditional 83 XP from level 1, 100k XP at level 50, 1 mil for level 73, etc. Level 99 Invention is 36 million experience. Because of this, the early levels can be tough, but Invention is so worth it. This skill allows you to augment weapons and armor and add perks to them to make them stronger. It is not even limited to just those. You can even add it to tools such as woodcutting or mining. I'm in the tutorial currently, and they gave me a free augmenter to use on flowers, and as you can see, the weapon after augmented has a level itself, which we will be training. I then can create gizmos, which is what holds the perks and can be added to the weapon. Being a low invention level, I currently can't get that many great perks, so I'm just going to do random ones in the tutorial. But later on, getting components to make certain perks might be a challenge, especially as an Iron Man. So I completed the tutorial, and not gonna lie, I got kind of lost. I have no idea where or even how to start. The good news is that I can now disassemble anything and everything in the game, and the jewelry that we made to 80 crafting will give good components. So whenever I'm unsure or just need 45 seconds of AFK, I can bank stand this wherever. Components are something that I am always going to be needing, so it is best for me to dismantle a lot of things now. The XP from dismantling is very minimal, however, it gets me through a portion of the early levels before this becomes a very easy skill. Level 7 Invention. I said earlier that killing Cerberus gave me 5k Dungeoneering tokens per kill. I was a bit short and needed 200,000 tokens for my chaotic staff, so I needed to do a couple kills before we bought our tier 80. Oh my god, my tier 80 staff! This is huge for the DPS. Wazi needed a Virago kill for his Necromancy gear upgrade, and what better way to use my tier 80 staff than to bring some extra DPS for a new boss. I've never killed Virago before. It is or was one of the endgame bosses in 2016, so I'm not really sure what to expect. Oh my god! Alright, well, that just did not work out. Thankfully, the team was able to secure the kill, and we managed to get Wazi his tier 90 Necromancy gear. Now for the final touch from Invention. I'm making my augmenter, and it's time to add perks to my staff. I have Demon Slayer, which is a 7% damage boost towards demons, and Cerberus happens to count as one. Plus Precise 2, which is a little extra DPS against anything. This plus tier 80 staff, I am going to be an absolute machine. I have finally killed 200 Archglacier, which got me enough charms for 75 summoning, which means it's time to train. Summoning is the fastest skill in the game when you already have the charms banked. I'm currently doing the expensive method, and thanks to my team of PVMers, I don't have to worry about GP, so this is fine. This is expensive because I make the pouches, and instead of banking them and selling them noted for 70% GP back, I simply sell them to the shop for about 10% GP. However, there's absolutely no running between banks or anything. I don't move at all. This method, even at my current level, is legit 5 mil an hour XP. Level 50 summoning, 55 summoning, level 60 summoning, and I kind of remembered something unfortunate. Pouches are really good components for Invention, so as tempting as it is to sit here for 10 minutes and blast through 75, I need to dismantle some pouches for components, otherwise I'll be screwed later on. Level 70 summoning complete. Finally, to Cerberus properly, I need 27 Invention so that I can gain XP from my Chaotix. I augmented a Black Salamander and trained the weapon to level 5 and then dismantled it. This loses me the weapon, but gives me 91,000 Invention XP. It still got me 2 levels off Invention, but I can just dismantle random things for XP to hopefully finish off 27. Since it's good XP and needs to be done at some point anyway, I also made new gizmos for more perks in hope of something good. Now that I'm level 25, I can augment my Subjugation top, which Mr. Lucario got for us while doing Zammy. Only tier 70 and above can be augmented, so if he did not get this as a drop, we would have no augmented top. I really need a Scavenger perk, which is RNG, and unfortunately I am not getting. However, here's level 27. Yes, Scavenging too. While having this perk on our armor, this allows us to have a chance at getting an Invention component as a drop while killing literally anything. Lastly, I can now invent equipment siphons, which allows me to siphon the XP out of my weapon and armor. That way I don't lose them like I did my Salamander. However, I will be given less Invention XP. From this point on, I can just 0 times siphon anything while training combat, and that is how I finish off Invention. Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. I am ready for faster Cerberus. I am so much stronger now than I was at the beginning of the video. I have no idea what rates to expect, but I am expecting a fat increase. Unfortunately, I only have 44 Hellhounds left due to me killing them inside Dungeoneering. Having the prayer altar is arguably one of the biggest upgrades. I literally just have to teleport to a bank, click the altar, and teleport back. 45 minutes into the session, still not perfect, but we are getting nearly 300k an hour Slayer now. What an upgrade. Level 79 Slayer, look at that. Thankfully, ending this task at a very nice and round Slayer level, level 80. With the task being over, there's not much I can do other than go back to Tutorial Slayer for Slayer points, and if I get a Hellhound task, I'll consider myself very lucky. Double XP happened last Friday, and while as a group Ironman, I cannot necessarily participate, many people who are main accounts do. There's a little divination training method inside something called the Hall of Memories, where people activate a memory in the center for large XP. The way the memory activates is by people collecting and placing pieces around the room, which takes a while. However, you can collect them outside of double XP and use them all during double XP, which is how these parties are formed and done for multiple hours straight. I came here mostly as a test to see what all the hype was about, and I was pretty shocked to see it, but even taking the entire time, I get just about the same exact XP that I do doing Divination. So in terms of finding a training method, I think it all comes down to preference. The nice thing about Hall of Memories is that the XP is all at once, which happens every 30 minutes or so when you get a full inventory of jars. You can deposit them for fat XP. Even with Divination urns, I'm getting about 280k an hour Divination XP. However, instead of 0-time Dungeoneering XP, I am getting memory shards, which can be used to make 0-time porters, so that's a pretty decent trade-off. I made my way back to Green Dragons to slowly continue working on banking 75 prayer, this time with better gear, and I got my Chaotic Staff plus armor to level 10, which means it's ready to be siphoned for some fat Invention XP. 270,000 and 230,000 Invention XP, just like that. Funnily enough, all that XP only got us to level 41. I really like Divination and Dungeoneering. I just had a floor with Wazzy and Cat where I ended with over 800 memories. That's 16 minutes of AFK for all 3 of us. I think now is a great point to end today's video. I am currently up to 92 Divination, and having one final look at the stats, we are 2,136 total. Throughout this video, we also managed to train up a few random skills and had some quests that I did not record. I'm hopeful for a couple 99s in the future and maybe some team upgrades. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.